I just want to make a statement before I go out to this protest. Let me just take the flag I'm bringing with me. I was going to bring my state flag, but I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I just want to make a couple of statements. First of all, my condolences to the families of the people, the senators who were unalived today. It feels so weird to say that word, but I know there's censorship. And may you find comfort and solace in this time. The second thing I want to say is I have always and always will be a pacifist. Doesn't mean I don't get angry. Doesn't mean that sometimes I wish that the people who have caused harm or caused harm to me, sorry, I'm very tired, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to feel, defend myself or what. I just understand how powerful pacifism is, how powerful peace is, and that is being demonstrated today in the face of violence and hatred and abuse. We're all standing up to an abuser, a predator, and a whole gang of them, actually, at the top. We're getting, the way I see it, with the life experience I've had, we're getting a chance to stand up to every abuser, every bully, and every predator we've encountered. And we're sending out a message that this country does not tolerate fascism, which is really just abuse on a governmental level. It's unsustainable, and the world is a stronger, better, healthier place, not just for humans, but all living beings and the environment around us when we are kind to each other. It makes me think of the Yoeme Yaqui tradition of Easter, which I'm not Yaqui myself. I just have heard about the tradition, and that during Easter there's a part of their ceremony where they basically throw flowers at demons, and every single time the demons retreat. And that is, to me, a very beautiful allusion to the power of love and beauty and peace in the face of violence. And if you temper that with putting your foot down and saying, no, we're not going to tolerate this, then you would not believe how powerful that is. So I will always stand for peace, and I will always stand for compassion over everything else. And as a veteran, I am proud to say that I am doing so, and I always did, even when I was in the military. Even when I was a young kid and barely knew what the heck I was doing, I stood for peace the best I could. It's why I chose to be a chaplain's assistant. So, with that being said, I also want to say that moving forward, when we do get through this, and we will, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about what I think of this country. We have a lot of problems. We have a lot of issues that are being brought to light. This is a catalytic event that we are dealing with right now, and we can use that or we can fear it. Pick one. I will pick using it, because it means that we have to face everything and deal with it properly. Um, it means that we have to actually fix the issues in this country. We always had to, but now it's like plainly in our faces and we can't ignore it anymore. So work out whatever prejudices you might have. Think on how we can make democracy better, because it's not just some experiment. I always found that weird that people would call it an experiment. Democracy's been around for at least 1,200 years, and by certain oral records, especially here in the indigenous cultures, it's been around for a lot longer than that. Clearly, it functions properly. I don't believe that it is just a blip in history. Democracy is the recognition that we progress, we grow, we become better. It doesn't have to start out perfect, but it gets better. And we all contribute, and we all are responsible for educating ourselves and learning to make the right choices. That autonomy, it should be inherent in all human beings. And I do think that, there's a lot of thoughts I have on democracy. I'll talk about those later. But the last thought I want to leave you with is, when things get tough, think about this. I always think about how in America we are a country of cats. And that's how I think of it. Let me explain. That is my way of breaking down how Americans are. We are individualistic, rebellious, and in charge of ourselves. And no matter how much rich white guys may try to scream at us to do what they say, we're all just lying around and making our own decisions and being a country of cats. And sometimes if you piss them off enough, they turn into tigers. So let's do the Millions of Cat March today, and let's send the message to the whole world that we care about this, that we care about freedom, we care about democracy, and we care about learning, improving, and getting better. And nothing can stop us. I'm not trying to encourage Titanic thinking, but I am saying we can be very brave in the face of a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear. Don't forget that.